Welcome back everyone to Pontus Fathom Hobbies. This is Season 8, Episode 3 of Conan by Monolith, and we're playing the Conspiracy of Khauran custom module. It features the Crossbowmen expansion set. So these Crossbowmen are a add-on of miniatures. It's got some custom cards with it, but I've turned to the internet to find those custom scenario rules for it. And we're going to jump into turn 3 here. We've got Conan facing off against the captain of the guard. We've got Belit in a showdown. We've got a Hydrathus in a showdown against a crossbowman. Got two other crossbowmen flanking. So let's jump right into it. Before we start, quick shout out to Pontus Fathom Press. This is our sister channel and publisher of books. As you guys know, the channel's not monetized. So really appreciate. Go down to the bookstore, check out Disclosure from the Necronomicon Fragments, Volume 1, 2, and 3, Necromancy of Nyarlathotep, Hermeticism of Hastur, Alchemy of Azathoth. I mentioned earlier that I was going to do a quick reading from Lovecraft talking about Robert E. Howard. And I think that there is definitely some overlap between his letters to Howard and some of their sharing of information about the Conan mythos. He says, one thing that he says, he's talking about a story, and he says, of course, one ought to know in general literature, in addition to one special field. I don't believe one needs to purchase wildly across. If one finds a modern book with the classics of Greece and Rome in standard translation, or the hot spots of English literature, the moderns also can have sound perspective on contemporary trends. So he's talking about like just his book knowledge, but then he kind of goes through a whole aspect of this. This is like the sword and sorcery side. So what's great about Howard's Conan is that it's really an easy fit for Cthulhu and Cthulhu monsters to kind of come into this world. I'm thinking of doing a mashup between Cthulhu Wars and Conan by Monolith. So let me know what you guys think of that. So let's jump into it. Okay, so Conan is going to arm up against the captain of the guard. We'll use our custom AI cards. As you guys know, we're also playing with these custom AI cards that we've built, and we will read from these decks and we'll move forward from there. We've also introduced the Bosonian archers. So in this turn, we may have an introduction of the Bosonian archers. We'll move the Bosonian archer onto the board. He's coming down from the stairwell, and we'll have a go at Belit. So let's see how that works out. So let's jump right into it. Conan will go ahead and attack. He will place 2 gems here, and he also gets a gem for his initial attack, and he does 3, 4. Captain of the Guard, armor of 3, 1. I'm going to give the Captain of the Guard a shield roll, so he can roll an additional block here. And he's able to block the damage from Conan. So Captain of the Guard, no damage here. Let's move next on to Hydrathus. So Hydrathus will go ahead and he will arm that spell attack again, the Lightning Storm. So let's have him roll as well. And we kind of get this, and we get 1, 1, and 0. So he got 1 damage from that. It's horrible. And our Bosonian guard, our Bosonian crossbowman, right out of the guard, 1 defense shield, so 1 damage. He does not take any damage as well. And then finally Belit, her goal definitely to get to the chest here. Let's have her. Can she do a ranged attack with this spear? She can also do a ranged attack with the spear. So what Belit's going to do is she will She'll move into an attack against this bowman. And let's have her roll an attack here. And also is 3. Bosonian Archer takes 1 damage. And we'll also give him a defense roll of 2. And he's also able to block her damage. So Bosonian Archer survives the encounter. So let's flip it to the Overlord's turn. So Overlord player will get to go next. We'll activate the Bosonian Archer also, so that Bosonian Archer is moved out to the end. I've already moved him out to the end of the row from position 1, and his attack will be a bow attack against Billet. So let's have him roll the 2 dice here. He does the 1. Billet gets to do a defensive roll as well. She also gets 1 of that, so she will take a damage. But Billet will also get to respond back. I think Billet will respond back and do 2 damage. So she's actually, Bosonian Guard has only 1 hit point. So Billet's able to dispatch the Bosonian Archer. So he is dead. We can pull him off the river as well. Just pull him off the river, pay him out. So, and they can pay him out with component here. And then finally, the crossbowmen will fire at Conan. Crossbowmen can fire at Conan. 1 and 0, 2 and 0, and 1 and 0. This is not 2 and 0 and 1 and 0. So Conan can roll through his shield. And let's give him a reroll on that too as well. 3 blocks all the damage. So Conan's able to block the damage from the crossbowmen. And let's go with the Captain of the Guard. So Captain of the Guard as well can roll 1 and 3. He does 1 damage. Conan's also able to counter that and gets 2 damage blocked. So I think that's going to about do it for the round. Yeah, so good dynamic here. The idea is going back to the main story. All we have to do is prove that these treacherous vermin, led by the Captain of the Guard, let's show Conan and the Captain of the Guard again. We've got the miniature video of these guys, painting video if you guys want to go check that out. And Captain of the Guard's treachery can be proven by returning the spell book before round 7. So we'll see you guys in turn 4. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next round. Bye-bye.